just stand for a moment with your feet about hip width apart. And then just back your weight up through your heels. We're going to just do a little bit of alignment first, just to get us in a really nice position. Back your weight up. Finding that neutral pelvis, so we're not tucking our bottom right under, we're not sticking it right out. It's kind of halfway between those 2 points. Just find an easy position where it's not too much strain, you're not having to hold anything. And see if you can let your ribs just relax down. We spend so much time kind of lifting the ribs up and trying to draw the abdominals in, so just let those ribs sink down and just find their natural position. Nice and wide through your chest and your shoulders, arms down by your sides. Looking into the distance, growing tall through the crown of your head. Let's just take a few breaths here. Really big breath in. And a long, slow exhale. Let's just do that a few times. Letting go of anything that you're holding on to. So just trying to find a little bit of softness through your body. Maybe lift and spreading all of your toes here and then really anchoring and rooting down through your feet into the ground. Still taking those deep breaths. And then we're going to just start to gently move our body, and we're going to start with some big hip circles. So shift your hips to one side. Let's bring those hips to the front. Shifting to the other side and then circling around. And let's just do some big hip circles here. Just go nice, gentle. See how it feels. And then let's reverse that circle and go the other way. Really nice. Good. And now I'm going to step my feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Now I'm still trying to keep my toes pointing straight ahead, but if you're more comfortable with them slightly turned out, that's fine. Okay, and then from here we're going to inhale, we're going to open those arms out into a T position. And as you exhale, we're going to release the hands and we're going to twist our body to look down towards one side. We're going to inhale, we're going to twist through centre and open those arms out to that T again. And then exhale, letting those arms just kind of wrap loosely around your body. Inhale, open out, and exhale, gentle twist. Keep going one side to the other, just as feels natural to your breath pattern. And this time as you open out to that T position, hold there. And we're going to take it into a side bend this time. So breath in here. And as you exhale, let's take the arm up and over and let this bottom arm just kind of sweep around. Again, just gentle, easy movement. Letting your body soften. One more on each side. Really good. And this time we're going to open those arms out. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, I want you to round your upper back. So tuck your chin to your chest, round your upper back, bring your arms in front and just let those hands gently cross here. As you inhale, we're going to open the arms out, we're going to lift the chest and lift the head, finding a little bit of a back extension. As you exhale, let's round the upper back again, bring those hands in front, cross the hands over the other way this time. And again, inhale as you open out. Exhale, rounding forwards. Again, just go at your own pace. Finding that gentle movement. Really nice. 2 more like this. So here we're kind of flexing, we're rounding our spine, and then we're extending and we're opening out. Just let those arms relax down by your sides. and just gently roll your shoulders. Now we're going to stay with that little bit of flexion and extension of our spine, a little bit like a cat-cow movement, and we're going to step our feet wider still. Okay, and then we're going to place our hands on our thighs, and we're going to find that rounding again. So take a breath here, and as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest, round your back and bend your knees, soften those knees. Inhale, we're going to lift the head, and we're going to lift the chest and find that little bit of extension. Exhale, rounding forward, and you can have as much of a bend in your knees as you want to. Lift as you extend, I'm kind of coming down a little bit lower into a squat, rounding. How about, can you also tuck your tail under as well to really round that back? And then stick your bottom out. Think about that cat-cow movement that we do on all fours. Two more. Tucking your bottom under, rounding that back. Last one here. And then as you come out of that, we're going to roll ourselves up to stand tall, but we're going to keep our feet wide and we're going to keep those feet turned out. We're going to do our little squat series here. So we're going to inhale as we interlace those fingers and bring your hands up towards your chin. Exhale, turn the hands over, pressing the palms down as you squat. Inhale, sweeping the arms forwards, up to the sky. And then exhale, release the hands, release the squat and come all the way down. Again, just go at your own pace. Inhale to lift. Exhale to press and squat. Inhale to sweep up and exhale, release. Keep going. Really nice. Let's do two more of those. And as you come out of that last one, just pause there for a moment. So we're going to take that little series and we're going to turn it to the side and just change it a little bit. So pick which side you're going to go. I'm going this way first. So I'm going to turn my foot to point out that way. And this foot's going to point straight ahead. Now you can kind of move your feet around as feels okay for you. Okay. So from here we're going to interlace those fingers and we're facing towards that side. Interlace those fingers as you inhale, bringing your hands towards your chin. Now this time as you exhale, we're going to turn the palms away and press them forwards and bend that front knee. Inhale, we're going to take the arms up towards the sky, keep that knee bent, and then exhale, we're going to release the hands, circling the arms down by your sides as you straighten that leg and just come back to that start position. We're going to stay here. Inhale again, interlace your fingers, bring your hands up to your chin. Exhale, press the hands away, bend in that front knee. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky, and then exhale, release the hands, release that leg, and come all the way down. Really nice. Inhale again, hands lift. Exhale, bend the knee, press those hands away. Inhale, arms sweep up, and exhale, release and circle the arms. Let's do one more this way. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, press. Good job. Inhale, arms up, and then release and come all the way down. Nice. Turn that foot in, turn the other foot out. We're going to do the same on the other side. So again, we're going to twist to face that knee. Inhale, interlace your fingers, bring your hands up towards your chin. Exhale, press the hands away as you bend that knee. Inhale, arms up to the sky. And then exhale, release the hands as you straighten that leg and come back to your start position. Really good. Inhale again, hands lift. Exhale, bend in the knee as you press. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, release. And back down. Keep going. One more time. And as you release your hands this time, let the hands come all the way down, turn your feet in, and we're going to just do a little gentle hip shift side to side here. Good, and then walk those feet in, and just give your legs a little shake out. So We're going to have a little play with some more flow. We're going to have a little go with some balance and finding our tree pose here. So let's find the position that works best for us to begin with. So your first option is to have your toes down on the floor, your heel just above your ankle and that knee turned out to the side. Now remember, we don't want the pelvis to go with the knee, we want those hip bones pointing straight ahead and it's just the knee out to the side. The other thing to watch for here is that you're not sinking into that hip and sticking one hip out. You want to try and keep that pelvis level. This is kind of first position if you like. If you feel okay with that, can you bring that leg up? So perhaps it's not touching the floor so you've got a little bit more balance. And of course if you're feeling super balanced, you can bring that leg up as high as you can without using your hands to get it there. So only as high as it will come under its own steam if you like. Okay, so let's try the other side again. Just have a little play, see how it feels. It might be different one side to the other. Hip bones pointing straight ahead, not sinking into that hip. If we're happy here, we can stay here. We can come a little higher. You can come higher still. So wherever you feel that you can balance and not fall over is going to be good. Okay, because we're going to hold it for a little while. So let's go back to that first side and pick your tree position. I'm going to just go for like a gentle, easy position here. Okay, and we're going to have those hands together. Let's see how our balance is when we start to add a little bit of movement here. So as you inhale, we're going to release the hands and we're going to circle the arms up towards the sky, bringing those palms together overhead. Exhale, keep the palms together as you bring your hands down towards your heart. Inhaling now to tip those fingertips to point forwards, and exhale as you reach the arms forwards. Inhale now, let's open those arms out like the branches of a tree and hold here. Can you hold for 3 big breaths? Good job. And then as you exhale this time, release your hands, release your leg, and just give your legs a little shake out. That was really nice. Let's see how we are on the other side with that. So again, finding your happy position on this side. And we're going to start with those hands together. It might be different this side. On an in-breath, release the hands and circle the arms up towards the sky, bringing those palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down towards your heart. Inhale, tipping the fingers to point forwards, and then exhale to release those hands forwards. Inhale again, reach the arms, spread your fingers like the branches of a tree and hold for 3 breaths. Really nice. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, release the leg, release the hands. Let's do one more time on each side. Find your tree. On that first side again, where's your happy place? Hands together. When you're ready, on an in-breath, release the hands, circle the arms up to the sky, palms together, and exhale down to heart center. Inhale, point the fingers forwards. Exhale, reach the arms forwards. Inhale, open the arms out, and let's hold for 3 breaths. When you're ready, release the hands, release the leg, finding your tree on the other side. I think it's windy in here. My tree's just wobbling a little bit with the wind. I don't know how yours is doing. Find that tree position, hold there. Woo. On an in-breath, release the hands, circle the arms up to the sky, and exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale, fingertips point forwards. Exhale, arms reach forwards, and inhale, open out, find that tree, and hold for 3 breaths. When you're ready, release the arms, release the leg, and just give your leg and both legs a little shake out. Really, really nice. We're going to make our way down to the floor now, and we're going to lie down on our back with our knees bent and our feet flat. Okay. So we're just pausing here for a moment, letting our spine settle into the floor, rolling your chest and shoulders open, anchoring your pelvis down. And we've got our feet and knees about hip width apart. We're going to go into a spine curl from here. And we're going to curl up on an in-breath. So when you're ready, tilt your pelvis towards you, and as you inhale, roll your hips up towards the sky. And then exhale as you gently roll your spine all the way back down. Again, go when you're ready, inhale, rolling up. And exhale to roll down. One more like that. And we're going to add on a little bit to this. So this time, as you inhale and you roll your hips up, we're going to reach one arm up and overhead and towards the floor behind you. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to roll the spine back down and release the arm back down. Same on the other side. Inhale, roll the hips up, reaching one arm up and overhead towards the floor behind you. And then exhale as you roll the spine back down and bring the arm down. Really nice. We're going to add on again. This time, as you reach your arm and you roll your hips up to the sky, I want you to turn your head the opposite way to that arm. So whichever arm is up, the head's going to look away. And then we're going to roll back down through center. So again, as you inhale, hips and arm lift, head turns away from the arm. And then rolling down. Keep going again, just at your own pace. Easy, gentle. Don't feel that you have to make this movement really big. Don't feel you have to scrape your hip bones on the ceiling. It's easy. It's soft. We want to feel good. Let's do 2 more. One more time. And as you roll down this time, just pause in there. And then I want you to bring your feet and knees together and then shift your hips slightly to your right. So shift your hips slightly to the right, and we're going to roll the knees down to the left, and then let your left hand rest on those knees. So we've got knees down to the side, left hand's on those knees, and we're going to open that right arm out to that T position. Good. And then find a position where it feels really good for your head. So maybe you want to look the opposite way to your arm, or maybe you want to look the same way as your arm. Maybe you're happy with your head looking straight up to the sky. Just find where it feels like it's releasing some tension, maybe through the neck, through the shoulder, and just hold there. Few breaths. Easy, no strain. Good. 2 more breaths. Good. And then to come out of this, we're going to lift the top knee, bring that top knee up and in towards your chest. Bring that second knee up and in towards your chest. And then we're going to let the knees roll over to the other side, down to the floor. And then right hand this time is going to come and hold onto those knees. And we're going to roll that arm and upper body open, finding that T position for your arm. And again, let your head go wherever it feels is giving you the best release. So I'm kind of like turning my head away from that reaching arm that's giving the shoulder and the chest a real nice stretch. Again, gentle, easy, don't force anything. Take some deep breaths. Good job. When you're ready, we're going to come out of that again by lifting that top knee first, then bringing that second knee, bringing these into your chest and just rock gently side to side, giving your lower back a little massage into the floor. Okay, from here we're going to release the legs And we're going to lengthen those legs out long and reach your arms overhead, and we're going to stretch from fingertips to toes, making yourself as long as you possibly can. From here we're going to go into our crescent stretch, so walk your legs to your right and then walk your arms and your upper body also to your right. Now remember, you can stay here if that's enough, or you can pick up that left ankle and cross it over your right, giving even more stretch. With your right hand you can grab your left wrist and give it that little extra stretch. Trying to keep your rib cage and your shoulder blades anchored down on the floor. And take some deep breaths here. Good boys, okay, go and lay down. Lay down, Fred. Taking those deep breaths into that left side of your rib cage, trying to create as much stretch, as much expansion there with your breath as you can. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the arms first. Walk your legs in through centre. And we're going to go over to the other side. So walk your legs to your left this time. Arms go up and overhead. And walk your arms and upper body also to your left. Again, you can stay there if that's enough. Or you can cross your right ankle over your left. And with your left hand, you can grab your right wrist and just give it that little extra stretch. Again, we're going to stay here, taking those deep breaths. Finding that expansion of your rib cage, using your breath to give you even more stretch. He's bringing me all his toys. He's bringing me his ball, his tuggy toy. I'm not playing, Fred. Two more breaths here. And then again, releasing your arms first. Walking your legs back in through centre and then bending those knees. Bringing these into your chest again, give them a hug and just rock gently side to side. We're going to find our cobbler stretch from here. So releasing the feet back down, bringing the soles of the feet together, letting your knees roll open to the sides. And then hold here, just letting your pelvis settle. Remember with that cobbler, if ever it feels like it's too much strain for your hips and it's causing any nipping or cramping, you can always bolster by putting cushions under the outside of your thighs and letting your legs just rest down. We want this position to be as relaxing as possible. And then we're going to start to move in that cobbler. So take a breath in here, and as you exhale, we're going to start to bring the knees back up towards the sky, up towards each other, and then inhale and open the knees wide again. Exhale, bringing the knees in towards each other, and inhale as you open wide. Just keep going, again just with the flow of your breath, nice and slow. And don't be surprised if you get that little tremoring sensation as your body tries to shake off any tension through your thighs. Just keep taking those deep breaths, just keep moving. I'm going to do two more of these little open closes. And then as you open out into that cobbler position this time, hold in there. We're going to keep one leg in this cobbler bent position, and we're going to straighten the other leg out long on the floor, and then walk the legs in so that that sole of that bent leg, the sole of the foot of the bent leg, is resting against the other leg. So you're in your tree position, but in that obviously lying down pose. So let's hold here, just finding that point that feels okay, and you can feel free to bring that foot higher up your leg or lower down, just wherever feels okay for you. And we're going to add some arm movement here. We're going to add our floor angels, so letting your hands come down to the floor, backs of the hands resting on the floor, and we're going to slide the hands out along the floor and up towards your head, and then gently release the hands back down towards your hips. So we're going to do a few times here, just again, whatever pace feels good to you. Really nice, one more time. And as your hands come down towards your hips this time, just pause there for a moment. We're just going to switch the legs over, so straighten out the bent leg and bend the straight leg. Finding that tree position on this side. Again, just decide where feels good to your hip for that foot to rest. And pause there for a couple of breaths. And then again, we're going to go back to our floor angels, sliding the backs of the hands along the floor and up towards your head, and then gently back down towards your hip, just as far as feels good. If you wanted to, you could just pause with your arms open in that tree position if you didn't want to keep them moving. Just do whatever feels right for you. I always feel like my body releases more with a little bit of movement. See what works for you. And if you're moving your arms as they come down towards your hips this time, again, let's just pause there for a moment. And then we're going to gently bend those knees in. Bring both knees into your chest again, and let's just gently roll side to side, releasing that lower back again here. Good. We're going to keep hold of one knee, and we're going to straighten the other leg up towards the sky. And then that straight leg is going to slowly, slowly lower all the way down towards the floor. So we're going to lower nice and slow and let it come all the way down to rest on the floor. Once that leg is down on the floor, I want you to push out through your heel, pull the front of the foot towards you so that you're lengthening the back of that long leg. And we've got a hold of this other knee, we're drawing it deep in towards our chest. And we're going to take some deep breaths here. Soften your jaw. Soften all the muscles of your face, your forehead. Let your shoulders relax. Good. And then that leg that's out long, we're going to slide that foot along the floor to bring that knee back in. So the knee is going to be pointing up to the sky. Foot anchored down on the floor, because we're going to find our number 4 stretch here. The leg you're holding onto, cross that ankle over your knee. And then we're going to hold here in that number 4 position. We're trying to open this knee out to the side. So if that knee is trying to point towards your nose, you can guide it out to the side with your hand if you want to. Hold in here. And then you might choose to keep that foot anchored down on the floor or float that standing leg in and hold behind that knee, letting that lower leg just drop down so that you're as relaxed as you can be in this piriformis stretch position, this number 4 stretch position. Let's again hold here. And again, you might choose to just stay still here or stay with the foot down on the floor, or we're going to add a little bit of movement here. So releasing those hands, and that supporting leg is going to lengthen and reach away from you, and then just bend that knee to draw it even deeper in. Reaching that leg away, and then drawing that knee back in. So there's a little bit of movement in that number 4 stretch position. And as you bring that knee back in towards you this time, hold there. And then lower that supporting leg back down to the floor. Keeping that number 4 position, we're going to roll to bring the sole of the foot down to the floor. Gently roll, let the foot come down and anchor onto the floor. Watch for that knee trying to drop towards you. Keep that knee pointing up towards the sky if you can. And if this is too much, just go into your spine twist. Otherwise, we're going to open those arms out to that T position again, palms facing up to the sky, and hold here, taking those deep breaths again. Finding softness through your jaw, through your face, your neck, anywhere that you're gripping and holding. See if you can just find a little bit more softness. Head wherever is comfortable for you. Good. And then we're going to roll back onto our back. If you want to, you can bend your elbows to press your elbows into the floor to give you a bit of support to come back. Remember which leg we've got crossed over, because we want to make sure we do the other side in a minute. But we're going to release that leg and bring those knees together, and then roll your knees over again so that leg's just been in the number 4 stretch position is on top, and hold those knees down to the floor. Just giving that hip a little stretch out this way for a moment there. And then roll yourself back onto your back again. Okay, so the leg that we've just been doing all of the number 4 stretch with, keep that one down on the floor for a moment and bring the other knee into your chest. Okay, now the other leg we're going to take up to the sky. Straighten that leg out and then slowly lowering that leg down like we did on the other side. It's going to slowly come down to rest onto the floor. Nice and slow. Once that leg has come down, anchored down onto the floor, you're going to push out through your heel, pulling the front of the foot towards you to lengthen out that back of that leg and drawing this knee deep into your chest. Good, when you're ready, we're going to find that number 4 stretch on this side. So sliding that long leg back in, foot anchored down on the floor, knee bent. Releasing the leg you're holding onto to find that number 4 stretch on this side. Again, we're opening the knee out to the side, and you can encourage that knee with your hand if you wish. Remembering not to force anything, just taking our body to where it's happy to go. And you might choose to keep that foot anchored on the floor or to float that leg up and hold behind your knee. Again, letting that lower leg just drop down. Holding here. Just notice if it feels different on this side. And we're going to add that movement. So you can stay here if you want to. You can stay with your foot down if you want to. Or we're going to add that movement where that supporting leg is going to straighten out and reach away from you. And then bend to come back in, drawing this number 4 leg even deeper into your chest to really give us as much stretch here as we can. Remember, don't take yourself beyond where your body's happy to go. We want to be releasing tension, not causing it. 2 more here. And as that knee bends back in this time, releasing that supporting foot back down to the floor, keeping that number 4 shape because we're going to roll to bring the sole of the foot down to the floor on this side now. Knees going to stay pointing up to the sky and opening out your upper body back into that T position. And again, if you need to come out of it and just go into your spine twist, absolutely fine. Again, check in with your hot spots. How's your jaw? How are the little frown lines between your eyebrows? Can you soften your forehead? Can you relax your shoulders? And again, we're going to roll onto our back. You can bend your elbows if you want to, pressing the elbows into the floor, just to give you a little bit of support to come back into that on your back position, releasing the leg, bringing the feet and knees together, and like we did on the other side, we're going to roll the knees to the side again. So the number 4 leg is the one that's on the top, and just hold there for a moment, just stretching out that hip a little bit. When you're ready, rolling onto your back again, bringing those knees into your chest and just rock gently side to side. One hand on the top of each knee, we're going to open the knees wide and circle those legs around. Let's do 5 circles in each direction. Remembering to reverse when you've gone one way. When you've done your circles, just give those knees a little hug again and just rock gently side to side. We're going to find our way over onto child's pose next. So when you're ready, come on up. Find your way onto your hands and knees. And then take your bottom back towards your heels and reaching those arms forwards. Walking those hands as far forwards as you can and then letting your upper body relax down. Maybe your forehead will reach the floor, and if not, you can just let it rest wherever, settle wherever. If your forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can always grab a cushion or a block or something to put under your head if you feel that just letting your head hover is creating any strain in your neck. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. And then we're going to walk our hands to the right. Walk your hands as far to the right as you can. And then shift your hips slightly to the left so that you're kind of leaning into that side bend, that side stretch. When you're ready, walk your hands back in through centre. And we're going to walk our hands to the left this time. Walk your hands as far to the left as you can. And then shift your hips to the right. Again, leaning into that stretch, getting even more out of that side bend position. Walking your hands back in through centre and just pausing there for a moment. Taking your hands a little wider, we're going to start to travel forward, so making sure there's enough room. On an in-breath, we're going to come up to all fours, and we're going to keep travelling forwards, lowering your hips towards the floor and then lifting your head and your chest. Exhale to make your way back to child's pose and come all the way back down. Again, we're going to go with the flow of your breath, inhaling to come forward. Now you can stay at all fours if you want to, or you can keep travelling forwards and find that little extension, and exhale as you go back. Really nice. Let's travel forwards one more time. And then pause again in child's pose. So coming up from that, we're going to find our lunge. So coming up to a kneeling position. We're going to step one leg forwards. And take a moment to find the level pelvis. Slight tuck of your tailbone to bring you into that neutral position, and then we're just going to gently shift forwards and backwards here, only a very small amount. We're not wanting to go to a real deep lunge here, we're just kind of using this movement to really give that back hip a little stretch. Good. And then as you shift forwards this time, we're going to stay forwards. Whichever leg is forwards, we're going to do arm circles with that arm. Okay, so reach the arm forwards. Take the arm up towards the sky, following that arm with your upper body, with your head. So watch where the arm is going and come around. We're going to do 3 big circles in each direction, really stretching that arm, really reaching for the sky. Once you've done 3, let's reverse and go the other way. Once you've done your 3 in each direction, you're just going to switch legs. Again, taking a moment to find that level pelvis, that slight tuck of the tailbone, and then just gently shifting that pelvis forwards and backwards. It's a very, very small movement. Just giving that back hip a little bit of attention. And I always like the top of my foot down on the floor. You might prefer to have your toes tucked. Either of those is absolutely fine. It's just a habit for me to go flat foot. And then shifting your hips forward, keeping that forward position. Again, whichever leg is forward, that's the arm we're circling. Reach it forwards. Taking it up to the sky, following that arm with your upper body, with your head. 3 big circles in each direction. When you've done your 3 one way, remember to switch and go the other way. Good. And once you've finished your circles, we're going to step that leg back and we're going to find our way back to child's pose again. Folding at the hip, reaching those arms forwards and allowing your upper body to sink down. Staying in your child's pose position, can you open your knees wider? So you've got wide knees, feet stay close together but knees are wide, and then relax down into child's pose there. See how that feels. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly come up and out of that, and we're going to go onto all fours. So find your way onto your hands and knees. And we're going to do that cat-cow here. So when you're ready, tuck your bottom under and round your back. Make your back as rounded as you can. And then we're going to roll the other way. We're going to stick our bottom out and roll the other way. Now breathe, however you want to. However makes sense to your body. And I kind of changed my breath pattern here a little bit. So like we did at the start of the class, I'm exhaling as I round, like squeezing all of the air out. And I'm inhaling as I find that little bit of back extension. So I'm exhaling here. And I'm inhaling here. See how it feels for you. See how your body wants you to breathe. Because today it's all about release and about finding softness. Don't force anything. Two more. One more time. And then from here, we're going to shift our hips to one side. So shift your hips to one side. And then looking over your shoulder, see if you can see your hips. And then shift your hips to the other side. Again, looking over your shoulder, can you see your hips? And we're going to just do that little tail wag, that little side bend in that all fours position. Just gently from side to side. And how one side of your waist shortens, the other side lengthens and gets that beautiful stretch. Good. So we've done a little bit of flexion and extension there with our cat-cow. Done a little bit of side bending here, and now we're going to take it into a little bit of a twist for our thread the needle, but we're going to come down onto our elbows. And we're going to take one hand and we're going to thread it under our arm, twisting your upper body around, bringing your ear and your shoulder down towards the floor. As always, you might choose to reach that supporting arm forwards to the front edge of your mat to give you even more stretch. Reaching one arm through, reaching the other arm forwards, and let's just hold here. Can you take some deep breaths here? Can you breathe into the back of your rib cage here? Really good. We're going to find that on the other side, so sliding that supporting hand back in. We're going to come out of that little twist, again, elbows down. We're going to do the same on the other side, reaching the arm through, twisting your upper body, trying to bring your ear and your shoulder to the floor. Again, you can always use a cushion or a block if you need to. Reaching that arm through, supporting arm can reach to the front of your mat if you want to. Find the position that works and hold. Good job. When you're ready, slide the hand back in. Come back. Let's come back onto all fours. For the movement that has no name, can you start to just wriggle your spine around? Maybe finding some kind of circular movement, moving your head, your spine, your bottom. Just kind of moving around. How many different ways can you move your spine? If you've managed to find some kind of circular rhythm, maybe can you reverse it? Just like you've got a jelly spine. And it's just all floppy and moving around. Alright, and then when the world has stopped spinning, we're going to come to find a seated position. So find your way to seated, and feel free to grab cushions, blocks if you want to sit on something to make you a little bit more comfortable, then feel free. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of seated work now. We're going to do a little bit of a twist. So take a breath here and grow really tall. And as you exhale, we're going to twist as far as we can to one side, and then just let your hands come down to rest here. We're going to stay here for some breaths. With each exhale, you'll see if you can maybe just wring out just a tiny bit more twist. We're also going to soften our jaw, soften your face. Try and let your shoulders be relaxed. It's a gentle, easy twist. Don't force anything, just kind of taking your body where it will go. On your next in-breath, we're going to come in through centre. We're going to grow really tall again. And we're going to exhale, twist to the other side again, letting those hands come down. And with each exhale again, we're just seeing if there is any more twist there. There may not be. And we're not forcing. We're just checking. We're just seeing if there's any more. Good. And when you're ready, in-breath, come back in through centre. If you've got your legs crossed, just cross them over the other way. Feel free to change up your seating position. We're going to take it into just a really gentle, easy side bend. One hand to the floor, other arm to the sky, and then drop those shoulders. Inhale and grow tall. And exhale, let's take it over into a really nice side bend. Inhale, let's windmill the arms up, over, drop the shoulders, and exhale over. Easy peasy, soft and free. From one side to the other. Really nice. Let's do one more to each side. And then releasing that hand to come all the way down. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of shoulder stuff now. We're going to reach both arms out in front like you're holding your 2 glasses of water, and then tip the water out. Take your arms out to the side. We're going to keep a soft elbow, but we're going to reach the elbows away from us. Can you drop your chin towards your chest here, lengthening out the back of your neck. Keep reaching those elbows away. Can you drop your shoulders? Are those shoulders trying to sneak up to your ears? Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, bring your head up and release those hands. Give your shoulders a little roll, a couple of times in each direction. And then let's lower one ear towards our shoulder, so tilting your head. Watch for the shoulders trying to sneak up. Let the shoulders just fall away from your ears. And let's just hold here. When you're ready, head comes up and over to the other side. Are you different one side to the other? I have one side that it's really noticeably different. You know, when you were a kid, your ear would touch your shoulder. I'm not quite sure at what age we lose that, but we do. And it's just because we don't move our necks enough. You know, we tend to go over to the other side again. We tend to sleep with our head on pillows to prop our head, so we kind of lose the mobility of our neck because we hold our head in, you know, set positions so much of the time. Up and over to the other side. I know in a lot of cars, the headrests are kind of pushed forward, so it's pushing your head forwards. I know Martin's car, he's got a Hyundai iX35, and I have to really nearly break the headrest to get it anywhere close to where your head can be in a normal position. Come up through centre, roll your shoulders. Check your car headrest. Next time you're in the car, have a look and see whether your headrest is forcing your head forwards. And if it is, see if you can adjust it. Little wriggle, turn your head, move around. Guys, you are all done.